is many things.
Not only it's flexible,
but also extremely
powerful in every aspect of design.
Learn ServiceNow by joining ServiceNow Star.
ServiceNow Star is a single place where you can get ServiceNow questions and answers so that you can be ready to pass your certification as well as
ServiceNow demo.
Exactly, a lot of demos here in ServiceNow Star. You get a demo on ITSM, ITBM, Service Portal, so many things. Join ServiceNow Star today.
And also the Service Portal.
Yes, bum bum bum. Join ServiceNow Star today to get a lot of things related to Service Portal, widget development. You'll get a lot of those things, cool features, and also tips and tricks how you can easily develop your own service portal using so many experience gathered from one of the ServiceNow developer, Mohammed Rashid Kamal, has worked for many C-suite company. So he's now sharing his experience. He is with the ServiceNow Star.
Yeah, become a ServiceNow Star.
There are a lot of releases coming from the ServiceNow. We are in Orlando. Paris is coming up. Quebec
and Rome are going to be in the 2021.
If you want to be on top of your release, which is coming from the ServiceNow, you can join today ServiceNow Star. Join ServiceNow Star today. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share our videos, and we thank you for that, ServiceNow Star. Hi everyone, welcome to the ServiceNow Star. My name is Mohammed Rashid Kamal. On today's episode, we're gonna do really a couple of things here under the ServiceNow Service Catalog client script. So we're gonna do some really important cool works regarding the Service Catalog. So we're gonna, like I said, we have started in the first episode yesterday. That was primarily regarding the Service Catalog. We have done a couple of practice a few days before, and if you want to look at those, feel free to go to the ServiceNow Star website and also the YouTube channel, so you can have all those that good information over there. So on today's episode, we're going to really do some deep and deep regarding the client script. So with this client script, the Service Catalog has its own Service Catalog client script. So we can go ahead and do some best practice regarding that. If you watched one of the video that we did a couple days before, feel free to go ahead and look at that. So here we have created one catalog item here, a catalog item that's called iPhone. This is a catalog item regarding an iPhone that you presented for your client. So with this, we can go ahead and today discuss some of the best practice regarding how we can create a catalog client script. So here we go. So under this catalog item, just to revise, you got the name of the catalog item. There is the catalogs where you're going to put that one. You can unlock, and the best thing here is you can add it in multiple. So this is a list. This is called a list. A list. So it's a reference, but it's a list. So you can go ahead and add it to a multiple catalog. But for now, we're just gonna leave it like that. And once you do that, make sure you lock the lock button right there. And the category, if you want the users to be able to search for this item into a given category, also you can put it right there. And the other section here is the item detail, the detail about the item. You can add some pictures, and also you can add some HTML here as well, making it center, left align or right align. All those cool stuffs can be added. The processing engine, this is really important. We'll come back this one on the next episode, but today is the primary topic is how we can add client script, or we call it the catalog client script. So I'm going to show you how we can create some client script regarding your catalog item. Okay, let's say in ServiceNow we have the server-side script, and also we have the client-facing client-side script that run primarily on the browser. So what this script do, it is run on the client side. So it's a client script. Primarily here you can do an onLoad, onChange, onCell edit, all those cool client-side scripts you can work on. So as you can see right here, you can go ahead and put the name of the script, the name is the client script that you're going to do. So I usually advise to give it a very descriptive name where you can be able to next time to remember, because if you wrote one client script, definitely you might gonna come back again to write multiple in the future. So because of that, make sure you give it a very understandable name over here. So that's what the name, it is not case sensitive. It is not case sensitive. You don't need to make any underscore, but it's just a name. You can write the name over there. And this, the catalog client script, is primarily applies on the catalog item here. Okay, it apply on the catalog item, or you can also apply it on a variable set. Variable set, we'll come back to that one later, but the variable set is a set of variables that you have. Got here one item, you can apply on it, but you can also apply alternatively on the variable set. So that's what apply to stamp. So this catalog client script, it run on strictly in a strict mode, which is directly on the DOM, which is the document object model. Access is disabled. So this access to the jQuery prototype and the window objects are likewise disabled. To disable this one, this on a prescribed basics, you can configure this form and you can add an isolate script field. Yeah, that's an alternative you have. So to disable this feature for all new globally scoped client-side scripts, you can set the system property. There's a system property, you can set script block client globals and you set it to false. So you can find that system property, you can do that. When we come to the catalog client script, again the UI type, that could goes to the desktop or mobile version, which is the mobile slash the service portal, or you can set it to all. So I will advise, because the behavior might change and there are some scripts that you may not use it under the mobile or under the desktop. So within that contextual, I will recommend maybe you can go for all, or if you are strictly using this catalog item or your service catalog primarily within the desktop app, especially some government, so you can go ahead and apply that one under the desktop. So but the UI type is primarily telling you that what type of UI you want to create this script. So this desktop, mobile, which is service portal, or anything that they have. The other important thing here is related with the type. Okay, application is where your catalog, or the service catalog that you are working on represent. As the application that we are working on right now is the customer service, and the type, primarily this type is telling you what type of client script are you going to work on. So there are three types of catalog client script. So one is on change, on load, and then on submit. So now if I go ahead and duplicate this browser, and I'll show you in a minute for client script. So if you go to your browser in your if you go ahead and open client script, in general the normal client script will have the type. It has 4 types. There is on submit, okay, it has on submit, on load, on change, and on cell edit. You got those 4 choices, okay. You have 4 options to regarding to the client script in general. So on cell edit, which is when you edit a given cell, what do we call it, on cell edit. You have on change, when you change a certain field that will impact a different field, that will impact another field. For example, based on the catalog item, let's say the catalog item that you have, you can change let's say the assignment group or the assigned to. You know, you can set all those things using on change client script, or you can make some choice visible and some choice not visible using on change. When it comes to on load, when the form load, so when that catalog item load, that's what we call is on load, and on submit is when you submit. So this is in general for the client script. But when it comes to the catalog client script, we have only 3 options: the on change, on load, and on submit. So that's the big difference here between the catalog client script and also the catalog client script and client script. In the catalog item here, we are working on is the item that we have. So what we have is the one we created, which is called is the iPhone. So that's the one we have. So like I said, this the catalog client script is primarily specified on a given item, on a given catalog item. And this is going to apply on the catalog item view. So you can go ahead and select that. It applies on requested item. So here is the thing. So by default, you know, one of the interview question we can generate here is when you create a catalog client script, catalog item view is auto selected, okay, auto selected, or by default you will have that. So the answer will be true. Yes, the answer will be true. So by default it is auto selected, but if you would like, you can deactivate it. That's up to you. That's up to you. If you don't want to apply it on the item view, you can go ahead and do that. It's indicate that this client script will apply when ordering a catalog item. So when you order a catalog item, it will apply. So that's what this check mark is for. And the second one here is applies on a requested item. Let's say there is an order, right? When you order an item, and this one is when you request an item. And if you want this client script to apply, okay, to apply when you request an item, so you can go ahead and check that. And this applies also on the catalog task. If you want this script to apply on the catalog task, definitely you can go ahead and check mark that. That is also that came from that out of, so it is not checked from when you start creating this catalog client script. So you can add dynamic effects. So the primary purpose of using this client script, which is called catalog client script, is to add that dynamic effects and validation of to the form. So you can add validation, or you can add this kind of dynamic effect to the form. So scripts you can apply to the service catalog items or to the variable sets. Like I said, we have got there's a catalog item here, or you can apply to a variable set as well, allowing you, administrators or developers to use same functionality. It's available on other form. So you can use this client script. So one of the question here, one of the interview question could be, where can you use client script, which is the service catalog client script. So you can use, could be A, to get or set variable values. Yes, definitely. You can get or set the variable value. Given variable value, absolutely. You can go ahead and set that, or you can get the value of a given variable. That's one. And the second thing, definitely you can hide or display variables. You can hide or display variables. We can go ahead and write some script here, but before that we need to understand some of the benefit of this, the catalog client script. And the other important is you can make variables mandatory, or you can make it mandatory or not mandatory, or you can validate a form submission, you can add something to the cart, or you can order something immediately. You know, all those cool stuffs can be added into your variable, using the client script, which is the catalog client script. So let me go ahead and do one. For example, here I'll there you go, get the value of the variable. Let's say get the value of the variable. I'm gonna go ahead and get that. I'll make the UI type desktop is just the default is desktop. I'm gonna go ahead and make it that all. Here the type, for example, I'm gonna make it on change. So when a given field is changed, when I go ahead and get a value. So this in your client script, the function here, function on change, when you change certain value, when you change your certain value, there's a control, old value, new value is loading. Okay, you can go ahead and is loading, new value is different. So that is what the default script looks like for on change. If I change this on change to onLoad, you can go ahead and have that one. So function is onLoad, that is an onLoad function. So function onLoad, and you can write your script just below there. So the comment here is a type appropriate comment and begin the script. So what is this? If you have this two slash, we call that slash. Okay, so that's what you can write a comment right there. So what I'm gonna say here is get value of the variable. So I highly advise writing comment there. So it's really helpful for not only for the developer but also later for any upgrades or development. So you can easily pick from there. I'm gonna go ahead and get the value. I'll say var, which is a variable. I will assign that variable to get value, which is gv. I'm gonna assign it to the gv. I'll say g underscore form. Okay, I'll say g underscore form that I'm going to go ahead and say get control. So as you can see here, when you start writing some of the script like var gv, I just say var gv, what we call that is I'm gonna get value. I'll assign the variable to gv equals g underscore form dot get. So right after I wrote that, I get that. Let's go ahead and delete that. I have var gv equals, and if I write g underscore form, see, I'll have a suggestion. Okay, that get what? See, you got several types of the onLoad. You can use it for your client script, catalog client script. There's action name, get action name, get boolean value. So that's the boolean value. If you like to have that, you can use that method over there. Get control, that's something we can go ahead and use. And get decimal value, there's get element, get form, is get form over there, form elements, get int value, the integer value, get label of. So that's something you can get the label. What is the label? Especially this is a very good one, get label of. So if you have a section where you're not sure to get the label, so you can get the label of that, so you can get the label of right there. Get options, if you have any choice you can get those options over there. Get reference value, so the reference is basically when you refer another table, so you can get the reference from there. Is get section name, again that's something really important, get section name. So especially when you try to determine the name of the section for a given form, so you can absolutely get the section by just say get section name. If you have especially a long section, it's not easy to know the name of the section, so that way you can use this method, get section. And the other one is get sections as well. Here it has an S, get table name, all those cool stuff. Now what I would do here, it is gonna be on the catalog item right there, and applies to a catalog item. So let's go ahead and see. We're gonna apply. I'm gonna put a control actually here. I'll apply get control. So what I would do here under the control is give it a short description. So what I did here is short description, and I'm gonna put that. There is gv, which is the variable that I assign, that max length. The max length need to be 40 character. Okay, I put the max length to a 40 character. Alright, so new, the short description need to be the max length need to be 40. So that's what, first of all, it will look at, it will get the value, it will get the form, which is get control, it get the short description for me, and it will check the maximum length of that. It need to be 40 if it is when it loads. So if it is more than that or it is less than that, it will tell me. So I got that. I'm gonna go ahead and save this change. So this is a very good example of this catalog client script that runs when a given variable is displayed rather than the item it is ordered. So that's a very simple script that we can write. And a couple of things here, tips and tricks I can share with you guys here when you write script. So let's say you wrote your script. Sometimes you may write it like that and you will have this yellow sign, yellow indicating a mixed space in top. So that time you can go ahead and just select everything, and if you see right here, format code. So that is what, if you click it, it will format it for me. And if I want to comment out a given code, I can just click in front of that line of code. Let's say line 3, I want to comment it out. I'm just going to toggle comment, and the toggle comment is going to work. If I click back, I can toggle back. Now whatever I did it is saved, and it also has a version control. In the version control here you can see it, that's my latest, that's what I recorded. The state, that is the source, which is the update state where I have is SSS implementation. So I'm gonna go ahead and save again. So this is a very simple catalog client script, but the most important thing is the best practice we need to implement. So some of the best practice we need to implement is what we have in catalog client script is only those three. It is an onLoad, onSubmit. When you submit a given form, it will check for you, or you can write an onChange. An onChange is primarily when you change one field with the other one. So that's what we call call it an onChange client or onChange catalog client script. So, like I said, this now I'm gonna go ahead and take you to the catalog client script. Let's go to first, let's say client script. So if I click client script, I will come up with two types of client script. There is one, the service catalog client script, that's the one we saw it right here. And there is another one, the system definition, the one under the system definition client script. So we are today here sharing the tips and tricks and the similarity and difference between the system definition, which is the client script, and the catalog client script. So if you are thinking to build a catalog item, definitely I highly recommend you to use a catalog client script. That's the one which we have, and also the type of the client script that we have in catalog client script is really different from the client script. Now I'm going to go ahead and take you directly to the catalog client script. So let's go ahead and take you the one which is hide the SN appointment field. Now let's go ahead and open one of the onLoad client script that we have here. This record is in the appointment booking, so I can move myself to that appointment must be there, appointment booking. So that's what we have. Now we are on the same application scope, so we can be able to edit it or make change. So as you can see, this catalog client script that's the name. It is going to hide SN appointment, which is there is an appointment, a field called SN appointment is going to hide that. And this script, this catalog client script primarily applies to a variable set. So that's what I want to really show you guys is a variable set. So it's primarily applying on a variable set, and it is active. As you can see right here, the UI type, it is all. It means in all, including the desktop or the service portal. And as you can see right here, it is the type is an onLoad. When this form is load, go ahead and apply. It will go ahead and apply. That's the type. And the variable set is this one. There's a variable set called SN appointment variable. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you. That's what we talked earlier. What a variable set is. Like you can see right here, there's a variable set that we have. So that's the title we have. Go ahead and observe that. So the title, as you can see right there, that's variable set is basically to allow you to create a collection of structured variables. So a collection of structured variable for SN appointment, right? That's the application is under appointment booking. That's the layout, and the type is a single row, and that's the order. Now, if I go ahead and open this one, I'm going to open it in a new tab. May not be visible for you guys, but it just opened for me right here. I'm going to go ahead and open it. As you can see it now, this is a variable set. It has how many variables? It has two variables, okay? It has two variables right here. Variable one is SN appointment, and the second variable is SN appointment macro. So these are the two variables we have. If you want to apply catalog UI policy to this variable set, definitely you can apply. There's catalog client script again. You can apply to this variable sets. So instead of writing the catalog client script in each, you can just apply on the variable set, and I will apply for you. So what it say here is hide the SN appointment field. That's what something that can hide for us. And there is a validate appointment when you submit the form. So when you submit the form, it can validate the appointments. As you can see, one is on submit, the other one is on load, the catalog client script. Let's go ahead and open the one which is validate appointment on submit. So this is one of the catalog client script that we have. Again, this apply on the variable set. Okay. By now, we all understand that what a variable set is. It just variable set. It allow you to create a collection of structured variable. Like for example, in this example, we have two variables that you put them together in one place, and those two variables put them in one place, and you have you put some client scripts. Okay, so that's what the variable set, and as you can see right here, this client script is on submit. When you submit this form, when you submit the catalog item, so it will run. It's a variable set again. The variable set is right there. So let's go ahead and see the code, what it would do. So it has it right here, var variable, you assign that variable to SN appointment JSON, and you get the appointment JSON. Appointment JSON, that's the method, and there is a console.log. We validate the appointment on submit on SN appointment JSON. That JSON is that stringify SN appointment. So if SN appointment JSON and SN appointment JSON that G form already submitted, okay, return true. Okay, so that's what it's gonna do for us, stringify appointment. So what this do is it validating the appointment on submit for us. If that means if it is true, you have that the value, and if SN appointment and SN appointment that config and object that key SN appointment that longest triple equals to 0, which means the appointment booking is disabled for the catalog item. Right? And for SN mandatory is SN appointment mandatory that config executes only if the appointment booking is enabled for the catalog item. So I'm gonna give it to you guys this script in the comment section here. I will leave it to you guys on the comment section. It's really important to see this code. So this code is primarily what it do. It will validate the appointment on submit. When you submit given field on submit the variable, so it will validate for you. Awesome. So now let's go back to the variable that we have here in the second catalog client script that we have here. Is it going to hide for us the SN appointment field. So as you can see, it's right here. What it would do here, it make the display SN appointment to false. It said SN appointment, that's a field, okay, that's a variable. We go ahead and set for us to false. That means it's not going to display. Okay, it's not going to display. It's go ahead and make the display to false. Perfecto. So that's what we have here. And now I'm gonna go ahead and take you to the variable set. I'll open that variable set so that we can go ahead and, that's the variable we have. Let's go ahead and open one of the variable, SN appointment. Alright, let's go ahead and open. So this is the variable that we have, which is the type is a multi-line text. This is a multi-line text, and the variable set is SN appointment variable set. That's the question, appointment value. SN appointment value. So getting for us the appointment value. Now, as an example, I'm going to go ahead and alright, so what I would do here is another catalog client script, because today is primarily we are discussing the tips and tricks of the catalog client scripts. Now I'm going to go ahead and change myself to a global scope. So you gotta go to the global scope so we can be able to global scope. Usually at the top, yes. Let's see, yes. So what these do, it just put a placeholder within a given catalog item. Again, this is going to apply on the catalog item. Okay. This is one of the catalog client script that I choose for today's session to, I discuss in order to discuss with you guys, so for better understanding of this catalog client script. So the first one that we covered was a catalog client script that is applied on a variable set. Now we have a catalog client script that applies on a catalog item, a given catalog item. And this one is onLoad. When you load a form, okay, when you load a given form, so you just go ahead and apply this catalog client script. So this one, this catalog item, this catalog client script, it is onLoad var name. So you created a variable and you assign it to a name. You're gonna get your underscore form get control export set. There's a variable called export set, so it's going to control that variable called export set. If this name, which is export set, is different from null, okay, it is different from null, what I would do, name.placeholder, I'm going to go ahead and add a placeholder. I will say enter a name for this export set. Okay, so the placeholder will be enter a name for this export set. That's going to be a placeholder. Var filePath underscore form dot get control filePath. Now there is another field called another variable called filePath. What I would do, I'm gonna get control again the filePath, the variable called filePath, and if that filePath is different from null, okay, different from null, I will add a placeholder called enter a path relative to the mid server installation directory / export. Awesome. So now let's go ahead and open that catalog item so I can show you exactly what am I talking. It's gonna open any different page. If not, no worries, I can just right click and open it. So it is opening in a different page. Now this is a variable called, this is a catalog item called create a new export. Now if I preview it, just gonna take a few seconds to show. So here's a placeholder, say name, right? You see the placeholder over here? That's what am I talking earlier with the script. So it's a name, enter a name for this export set. So you can see it right there. And here is another placeholder that I have. These placeholders say enter a path relative to the mid server installation directory. How cool it is. Yep. So this is something you can achieve using the catalog client script. And this is onLoad. As you can see, if I load, you see there is a wait because it's onLoad. First the form load, and then after that you will see that the script executes. So that's what we be able to achieve. Alright. So that is the script we have. That one. Alright, so that's what. So in order to achieve, you have a requirement. You have a requirement to put a placeholder within a given variable. Just as you can see that here, enter a name for the export name. So you can use an onLoad. First of all, you get control of this variable. If you make a right click here, configure the variable on top of the name, you can see the variable name and its detail. So right there, you can go ahead and write. So as you can see, it's right here. The variable, the question is name. Question is name, and it's mapped to the field. This name is mapped to the field. Field is called name. Record producer table. There's a record producer table. It is mapped to the record producer sys underscore export underscore set. All right. Annotation, type specification, the default value, permission, and availability. Let's go ahead and go back to the client script that we have. Script. So that's what we have. So as you can see, there are some errors. I can just go ahead and command all, and if I click that, that's what the placeholder make it for me. You can go ahead and save it. So that's what get control of the export set. That's the field called export set. If the name is different from null, and I'll add a placeholder not equal to null. I'll add the placeholder called enter a name for this export set, and I also added another for the file path. I will add a placeholder called under line 8, enter a path relative to the mid server. So that's how we can write a placeholder within a variable. Which is within a catalog variable. So that's how you can basically write this client catalog client script. It's so simple, and the difference is, as you can see, it is primarily on the type, onLoad, onSubmit, and onChange type, and this catalog client script is basically applied on the catalog item, right, on the catalog item, and also you will have the item right there, the catalog item that you're going to apply, or you can also apply it on the variable set. So if I apply the choice this applies to is basically set the catalog item. Now that's the catalog item. If I change it to a variable set, then you need to go ahead and add that given variable set. But this is applying on the catalog item, so I will add that catalog item over there. Perfecto. So that's all the tips and tricks that we have in ServiceNow catalog client script. So by now we have done almost 4 different types of client script. The 4 different types of client script that we have. One is writing how we can write a placeholder within a given variable, and also creating this catalog item within a catalog item itself, or creating this catalog client script within a variable set. So when you do a variable set, so you need to select that catalog item variable set as well. Perfecto. So that's all we have for today. On the next episode, very soon, we can go ahead and cover really important tips and tricks related with, again, with the ServiceNow catalog item. So we can go ahead and do some more tips and tricks within ServiceNow catalog item. But for today, that's all we have. If you would like to get the script that I wrote here, the script for creating a placeholder, or for an onSubmit client script, you can go ahead and get those codes on the I will put it on the comment section here, on the description section below. Feel free to send if you have any question to the ServiceNow Star email, which is the email is servicenowstaremail@gmail.com, or you can send me directly at mkamal@servicenowstar.com. My name is Mohammed Rashid Kamal. Hope to see you on the next episode. Have a great day. Bye bye. Bye guys. I'll talk to you in the next episode. Okay, let's go ahead and get that. So that's what I have. Get that.
ServiceNow is many things,
Not only it's flexible,
but also extremely powerful
in every aspect of design.
Learn ServiceNow by joining ServiceNow Star.
ServiceNow Star is a single place where you can get ServiceNow questions and answers, so that you can be ready to pass your certification as well as
ServiceNow demo.
exactly a lot of demos here in ServiceNow Star. You get a demo on ITSM, ITPM, Service Portal, so many things. Join ServiceNow Star today.
And also the Service Portal.
Yes, join ServiceNow Star today to get a lot of things related to Service Portal, widgets development. You'll get a lot of those things, cool features, and also tips and tricks how you can easily develop your own Service Portal using so many experience gathered from one of the ServiceNow developer, Mohammed Rashid Kamal, has worked for many C-suite company. So he's now sharing his experience with the ServiceNow Star.
Yeah. Become a ServiceNow Star.
There are a lot of releases coming from the ServiceNow. We are in Orlando. Paris is coming up. Quebec
and Rome are going to be in the 2021.
If you want to be on top of your release, which is coming from the ServiceNow, you can join today ServiceNow Star. Join ServiceNow Star today. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share our videos, and we thank you for that, ServiceNow Star.